Please, can you all hear me? Mr. Emeka, please, can you confirm if you can hear me? I think I muted everyone now.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. Okay, so good morning, good afternoon, good evening from anywhere you are connecting from. Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed participants and distinguished guests, welcome to the second webinar series of the National Library of Nigeria Digital Literacy Training. I am honored to be the moderator for this transformative and informative event. Today, we embark on a journey guided by the team Harnessing Digital Prowess for Library Excellence, to be delivered by Dr. Nkem Osuigwe. In this era, where digital technologies shape the landscape of knowledge dissemination and accessibility, it is important for libraries and information centers to embrace innovation to uphold their relevance. Dr. Nkem's expertise promised insight into leveraging digital tools to enhance library services, foster information literacy, and propel libraries toward excellence in the digital age. But before we delve into this enriching discourse, I'll be inviting the distinguished, respected, and highly honored Digital National Librarian and Chief Executive Officer of the Apex Library in Nigeria, National Library of Nigeria, Professor Chinwe Veronica Anunobi. Let's give her a round and a sounding round of applause as she takes the stage. Thank you. You are welcome on board, man. Prof.
Hello, good afternoon, all.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
All right, yeah. All right, so do I have the floor because I had a little break a little before? Do I have
Yes,
the
ma'am.
floor? Oh,
Yes,
oh,
ma'am. You do.
beautiful. I can simply say welcome to all of us, and congratulations to those of you who are unrelenting. Maybe I need to put my video so that you will see my face.
Okay, yes, ma'am.
I hope you can see me now. You
Yes,
can
ma'am.
see
We can
me.
see your beautiful face.
All right. Okay. So let me start by congratulating those of you who are unrelenting in your pursuit of these contemporary skills for your relevance in library operations and services and other stakeholders engagement, as far as your relevance in by extension, the global community. This is the third in the series of address, or if I say remark, I am making since the beginning of this important competencies empowerment program. You will appreciate that from our baseline position in the state of art competencies requirement, some of us who are committed by doing their assignments, attending classes, and participating in the series of webinars have really moved up competencies-wise. It is hopeful that the momentum and the passion ignited in the course of this training will continue to spur us to higher grounds. Today, we are engaging you on what could be referred to as the reason for the digital literacy training, which is a must for every futuristic professional. Though National Library, under my watch, designed this, it is just a clarion call to action and a torchlight to get you started or get you going. It is for us a pointer to the way and not an end itself. We are just here to get you started on the expected. Consequently, the theme of today's webinar should have come first to inform you that digital competencies enhancement is an imperative for excellent library and information science services. However, it is positioned here as a way of letting you appreciate that at the end of the training is a starting point for you. Let us cast our mind back to the development in library and information services system in Nigeria. You will agree with me that the ability to catalog with manual tools is no longer fashionable. The ability to use automated application either to operate including services is becoming less fashionable. Capacity to go to our users virtually and demonstrating the ability to provide them with unimaginable digital services have become the way to go. In other words, my ability to use ICT like the ordinary man out there in the street is not a thing of pride. Rather, it serves as a beginning of what you can do with technology. Therefore, professionals can only provide excellent library if they are capable of deploying every technology and adapting them between space and time. Thus, while we are talking of opportunities provided by the interactive web, you know, the Web 2.0 and Web 2.3, fourth and fifth industrial revolution, as well as generative AI, we must be at alert to harness the opportunities they provide for excellent library. Why this training serves as one of the windows from which we could harness the extraordinary ability to face the ever-evolving digital world for our day-to-day library and information engagements. It is necessary to inform us that our future and our tomorrow, as well as your own tomorrow, distinguishing yourself, is in you. It is in you, since it is the choice you make. I don't know whether, from time to time, I will make sure that I'm speaking to you. Am I really speaking to you?
Yes, ma, you are.
Oh, fine. Great. I'm happy to hear that.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So it is in you, and you can only achieve it if you eschew laziness, if you stand up to be counted, if you use the web and engage in virtual trainings, if you form the habit of wanting to know and to learn new knowledge, skills, and attitude sets, if you can form a team of forward-looking colleagues who think less of immediate reward rather than the future. I will tell you, sometime this week, I had opportunity of hosting a team of librarians who went for workroom training. Some of them are part of us. And I was so excited when I saw that they have a group. They said one group is research data management team, and the other group is open science team. And that is the way to go. These are librarians. So if we form a team who are forward-looking, who think less of immediate reward, some people are only interested in what can come out of it, what is my own there, rather than the future. I must tell you that there is a lot of space up there. But what can you offer elder people cannot offer? While you move on, you ensure that you pass the competencies you have acquired to those behind you for cloud skilling that makes an excellent library. We have chosen to invite one who has grown her career through some of these dogged acts of continuing all-round competencies development. We have here someone who is making waves in the field of librarianship globally, Dr. Nkem. Osuigwe, our dear Dr. Nkem. She's somebody that will tell you that you will not get it by lousing about. No. You must have to keep awake. You must have to keep learning, unlearning, and relearning. We appreciate you, our dear Nkem, for finding time from your busy schedule. I know you may be speaking to us from, maybe from Nigeria or onshore. You took time out to speak to these our smart trainees. They are very smart. Many will like to throw your step, but you need to tell them what it takes to build Rome, because Rome was not built in a day. And you need to tell them that very serious effort will be made by believers if they want to get to paradise. I will continue to say kudos to our coordinator, Mr. Aziz, and his team. You will all appreciate the efforts they are putting in the entire program with a view to getting a better professional colleagues. Some of us will even want them to be awake in the midnight to solve their problems. Thank you, this great team. To our smart and excellent library and information ambassadors, keep pushing. With you, we are optimistic that LIS profession is in safe hands. As you enjoy your webinar, I say thank you and God bless. I am done.
Oh, thank you, ma. I'm also having network glitches, so I'm trying to change my network. So thank you so much for that brief introduction, ma. God bless you, ma. Always, we appreciate your support and your commitments to this program. God will continue to bless you more and more, ma. Our digital national librarian. So without much ado, permit me to bring on board our guest speaker for today's webinar, Dr. Osuigwe Nkem. Dr. Nkem has served as the head of the public library system in Anambra State, Nigeria, from 2009 to 2015. She's a director of Nigerian Book Foundation from 2016 to 2018, where she currently sits as a member board of trustees. Presently, she works with AFLIA, African Library and Information Associations and Institutions, with headquarters in Accra, Ghana, as the Director, Human Capacity and Training. She is an ardent advocate for open knowledge as a pathway for inclusivity and boosting innovative solutions to development challenges that bedwit Africa. She sees the continuous development of human capital through education and continuous professional development as the key to the progress and prosperity of Africa, and believes that libraries of all types are core institutions that provide access to life-changing knowledge, learning resources, opportunities, and 21st century skills and development. Permit me to bring on board Dr. Nkem Osuigwe to tap from our wealth of knowledge. Please join me with a round of applause as I welcome our guest speaker on board.
You are welcome.
Hello, Aziz. Thank you very much. Thank you. First of all, I want to appreciate our national. She's a go-getter.
Yes.
Pusher. She wants to push everything to ensure that things happen. My internet may be unstable, as they are telling me now, but Prof, is like a pointer to where you want us to go to. That, you know, and the coming down is like the first step that will now help librarians to move on to higher grounds. And then there was something else that you said too. You said that, you know, before we do our cataloging offline, you know, you write it in. In fact, I used to type catalog cards as the librarian that was in charge of technical services department in the late, I think late 80s and early 90s, yes, early 90s. So and it was a big thing for me to learn how to type on that, that old typewriter. I felt it was the zenith. Then we got an electric typewriter, and it was like, hey, this one is something new again. Then all of a sudden, things like went out of control. It was as if you have to fight hard to ensure that you keep up with the changes. And it's been from one thing to the other. And you say something, you say that then people used to take pride in that. Then maybe people learned how to use UPAC and stuff like that. But you now say that what the National Library of Nigeria is looking at is how do you meet the information needs of people visually. How do you get full online, give them your services online, and they engage you online, interact with you online? And that is a whole new thing, Prof. And I'm happy that that's the way you're heading, and I'm happy that I really appreciate the fact that you called me today to do this. So thank you very much. So, and then I want to say thank you to everybody in the call. Thank you for being here. Like Prof said, some of you have been in this studies online. I know, because even right now, I'm taking 2 courses online. One is a personal thing, and then the other one is on internet censorship. What can libraries do about it? How do we cope when there's internet censorship? How do you measure internet outage? How do you use some tools to measure when internet is off, when it is being throttled by a particular internet service provider or by a particular website, and then the legal issues about it. So I'm doing that course now, and it is tough to hold on. So that is why I appreciate her shout out to all of you who have been in this study, in this course for a while, who are holding on. Let me say in advance, congratulations, you've come this far. Hold on. That's every minute, but hold on, because it is quote it tomorrow. Like she said, and started as I worked in the public library service. I started from 15 years of the library, and you nothing. But you don't know, how do these people do all that? And if you don't focus and determination, that you see this thing that this, I must know it too. You see this thing, I must learn it. If you don't have that kind of determination to learn,
we lost her. So the coordinator, please bridge. You can bridge the gap.
I think she has joined.
Yes, it happens. Yes, it happens. Yeah. Let me also put on my other service, Airtel, because when MTN does Shakara, you can move to the other one. That's the way I do it, because if not, you find out that you need
very well,
yeah. So like I was just talking that, but the important thing is to I want to tell everybody, hold on, hang in there. It may be tough, but please hang in. So let me share my screen again. It went off when MTN decided to show me that here. So if you can see my screen, please let me know. Can you see my screen now? Hello, please, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Please, I wanted to be sure.
Yes, I can hear your screen.
Right. Okay, so thank you
We are
very
seeing
much.
your screen, ma.
Oh, thank you. So please, if it goes off again, just be a little bit patient with me. I'll switch over to Airtel because I'm on MTN now. And then also know that I'm not a young person, so give me time to go down the road slowly as much as I can. Like the national librarian, I'm a proud grandmother too. So yeah, so let's roll. So this is the title of the webinar today. And this is going to be our outline. This is going to be outline. We talk about first things first, the digital skills, breaking it down, levels of digital skills, and then I'm going to ask you, where do you fit in? Now, when we get to where do you fit in, please, I will want us to be interactive. There will be questions that I will need you to answer, and just be honest about them. You may have faith that, hey, I can do this. I think I can do this, but I'm not sure. No. I can't do it. Just be honest and tell us you can't do that when it gets to that point. So first things first, I want us to understand what is library excellence. And in doing it, where am I? Shit. Apologies for that. In doing it, I started with benchmarking. Before you say library excellence, or this is, we are excellent in this or that, you need to have standards. We need to have benchmarks. We need to have guidelines that can help us to say that if you're at this level, you're able to do this, that's good. If you're at another level, you can do that other thing, okay, that's better. And if you can do it at this other stage, that's excellent. So right now in Nigeria, I know we have some standards, because I remember when Dr. Victoria Okoje was the LRCN registrar, I know that we had developed standards for public libraries then a long time ago, but nobody, I've not seen, maybe they exist, but we are yet to see standards for librarians as pertains to digital skills, as pertains to the kind of skills that our librarians will have or can display or can use in their workplace that we can now say, oh, they've met this standard. This is the standard in Nigeria. Why I'm saying this is that, let us have it at the back of our minds that as we are here, we hope that as time goes on, the National Library will be able to be at the forefront of creating standards. So that, let's say, if you say that you're a librarian, let's say principal librarian, before you move on to chief librarian or something, what are the skills you should have? Digital skills that you should have. What standards do we test you against? How do we now say, oh, this is an excellent performance, or this library shows excellence in as pertains to digital skills? So we are yet to have that in Nigeria. But like I said, the National Library under Professor Anunobi is doing quite a lot of things, and I know that this time they'll come up with this because we need it. If we have
sorry for interrupting.
Oh, you have it already.
No.
No
sorry,
problem.
Sorry for interrupting. You are talking to librarians, all librarians, not only National Library staff, and the librarians in Nigeria and beyond. Because I can see somebody from India. I can see somebody from India. Yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. So even if it's not, see, a librarian, once you've gone through the library school, whether you work in the National Library or public library or academic library or special library or research to follow as pertains to the skills that we must have. That is what I'm saying. And like I said before, the National Library should be able to lead us on that so that we will now know if you aspire to be at this stage in the profession, what are the skills you have? And why this is important is that we go to library school, we leave library school and as we graduate, and it is now when you come out that you start learning. But if those standards are there, our lecturers, our teachers will be able to help us to teach us those things so that as young people come in, they won't rely on themselves to gain these skills. That's just the point I want to make. Then also, when you're talking of library excellence, what are the expected outcomes of a service delivery that you're looking at? Of course, the one of the academic library will be quite different from what we have in public or national libraries or research libraries and so on. Why I wrote all these things is for us to know that library excellence is like a concept with many perspectives, and we should not think that it is just maybe if you can do this, oh, that's excellent, or the other one. You have to weigh it against expected outcomes. You have to weigh against now to think what is the quality of the service that we are rendering. How do we define it? How have we tested it to know it is what our user communities really want? I'm not speaking. Please, can you mute? Bashir Adamu, yeah, thank you very much. Yeah. So I put in all these things here, so that first of all, we will know that library excellence has different perspectives. And as you look at it, what we are going to consider today is just from the aspect of digital skills. That is just the aspect that we are going to look at. But, I had to throw in that bit about standards because is it important? Yes, it is important. Is it necessary? Yes, it is. I use the standards I use now for this presentation, not standards, the levels of digital skills that I use. I got them from EU. We don't even have them for AFIA yet, but these are the things that we hope to build up with our national libraries and national library associations. Now, well, I believe that I just put this for just to fulfill all righteousness, because I know that you know this. But I wanted to ensure that you know that digital skills are not just the ability to do things online. The skills there, the knowledge of what you're doing there, and then the attitude, they all matter. And that was just what I wanted to bring out here. And that when you have these skills, or the skills that we are talking about, they are not just for the workplace things, but also for your personal and social purposes. So then, why do we talk about digital skills? Because, see, if you don't have these skills, you're gone. You're gone within the profession, because as librarians, we are in the knowledge ecosystem. And the way things change every day, the way things just evolve like that. You learn something, and all of a sudden it's gone. I used to have, I'll talk about this app. I put it down somewhere. I used to have this app, Aldico. I used Aldico to get free books online. Then Aldico had shelves online where you could put in your books. And not just that too, it will now help you arrange books by typing, by author and so on. So, that app was there, and I was using it. All of a sudden, it didn't work again. I searched and searched and searched, and I now found out that they have changed the app. You know, that's things keep on evolving. So, and for you as an information professional, wherever you are, in any part of Africa, you find out that you need these skills in order to have higher performance rates. You know, then to utilize opportunities to keep up with these new things that are happening everywhere. Help you to train through CPD to compete in the global level market. Please, can you? Apologies for that, please. I had an emergency, so I had to film it. So, you know, like CPD now, like we all know, the things that we learned in school, they are never enough. And because times are changing, and it's only dinosaurs who didn't understand that went extinct. Librarians are no dinosaurs, and we've been looking at this CPD. Right now, I'm aware that there's an organization in Africa that got some funds from another organization outside, and they are working on CPD, but it's only, they want to start with academic librarians. So, and they've asked AFLIA for input because they know that the things we learn in library school can never be enough, not in this day and age. So digital skills are important because let's say that you're going to run the training online. You need to know how to put on your Zoom. And you think that is an easy thing because maybe you're younger, you kind of grew up with a phone around you. But when you think of people that did not grow up with phones around them, mobile phones, when you think of people that went through school and they just saw that mainframe, those large computers, and when you think of people that didn't learn some things in library school, but they are still working and they are really in high positions now, you find out that they need CPD programs in order to ensure that they do not stifle the young ones under them, in order to ensure that they know what it is that is happening now so that they can even learn from the young ones. Then, of course, we also need digital skills for effective communication and so on. So let me break it down a little. How do I put it now? How much do you think the digital skills of librarians matter in determining library excellence? Library excellence, remember that I had told us that it has many perspectives, It's not just for, sometimes it's not just for maybe sending emails or sending WhatsApp messages or other things, but that's, how do you think that it can help in determining library excellence? Then there are different levels to this. There are some people that can code. There are some people that can program. Do we all need to be that way? What level of digital skills do we need? Then do we think that every librarian should acquire digital skills? What if there are our guys on top, that they can just write something and get somebody to type it up on Word or something like that? I'm thinking about that. It was just yesterday that I was able to co-share with somebody that has Microsoft 365. Because until yesterday, when I get a new laptop, please install Word for me. It was just yesterday that I learned how to how to pay online and do it all by myself, and get the most recent features of that suite of tools. You know, it may appear easy for somebody that has been doing it, or for somebody that had known it all along, but how do I put it? How do we expect people that have never heard of that? How do we expect them to do it? So that's why I asked, should every librarian acquire digital skills? We'll still get back to this because it's really important to me. But before we answer the questions, libraries are service-oriented institutions. There exist different user communities within a society. You know, the different library types, equal user communities of society. Like, let's say in Abuja now, the National Library has its own user community. The North Abuja, they have their own, and the library, they all have their different user as a society with all these different user communities. Because when you talk of digital skills, you also have to think, what do I do with it? Or my personal consumption in quotes, library. And because we are talking of library excellence, okay, so it is about library.
While we wait for her, maybe coordinator, you can bridge the gap. Is she back? No, she's not back. So coordinator, bridge the gap.
Yes, now I'm trying to also reach out to her to know what exactly the issue.
No, it's her network.
So that being said,
Yeah.
now, so
she's back.
Apologies for that, please. Apologies for that. I had to change my I changed to one. It didn't work. I changed to the other one. In fact, 3 are on here, so that if this one does the Nyanga, I'll shift to the other one. So all right, let me share my screen again. I sincerely apologize for this. I do. So now, you know, taking Nigeria as the society we are talking about. Yes, I know that there are others from other countries, but it is the same too. I checked. Do we have enough people that go online so that we can be justified in saying, hey, you need digital skills? And I checked, and I said by January 2023, internet penetration in Nigeria stood at 55.4%, and there were 122.5 million internet users in Nigeria. And you know, it's been increasing, and I know it will keep on increasing because, and then of course we have more people on mobile on mobile internet than any other type of internet. So that means that we are justified in believing that librarians should have digital skills, because you know, like every book has its user, because everybody is doing or learn something. See, when you work, especially for me that I worked in a public library, you find out that people need different things, different stuff. You know, we used to have a woman that would come to help us open her email. so that she could read what her children wrote to her and then reply. And it took us some time to set it up on her phone. But you won't find that kind of thing in an academic library. The needs of the people may be different, but from what we've seen now, quite a number of people are online in Nigeria, and because quite a lot of people are online in Nigeria, it is also smart for librarians to now think, how do we meet them online? So I now went into the levels of digital skills. The first step is awareness. Quite a number, I should say every librarian should have passed this stage. Being aware that there are pathways, there are platforms created by technologies, and that there are skills that you need to use them, that you need in order to use them for you to serve your people better, to serve your user community better. I believe that everybody should be aware of this. But there's this last sentence that I put there. Curiosity and willingness to learn are key attitudes that we need at this stage. Curiosity, you hear of something, there are possibilities of how these things are done. I went to a bank last week, and in the bank, people were queuing up for their ATM cards. And somebody asked the customer care, why do you people still do that? When in another bank that the person named, all you have to do is to type in your details, into one machine, and your ATM will come out. And they were like, Madam, it's not us that's doing, it's our guys. You don't know that. But just, possibilities exist. Possibilities exist of what people are doing and how you can adapt. So at this stage, what is important is not just to be aware, but to be curious and then willing to learn. And sometimes that's where the hold-up happens. Willingness to learn. There was something that Professor Anunobi said. It shouldn't just be for everything that you see or that you're told to learn or you are advised to learn. You think, what is it for me? How much will they pay me if I go for this course? I just want cash and nothing else. And when we do that, we foreclose future opportunities. Future opportunities that will give us more cash than we ever dreamed about. I can say that I am a living testimony of that, because when I was learning, I never knew that there will come a day when I will move from the public library to something else entirely, something else that I never prepared myself for intentionally, but which somehow I fit into because of the willingness to learn and try new things. So that this construct is very important. Everything is not about immediate gratification. When you wait for that long gratification, it works. It really, really works. Develop yourself, gain skills, read up things, have this idea that this is possible too. Maybe I could try it. And you'll be surprised at where you get, let's say, in the next even 4 years. Then there's this stage of exploration. At this stage, you are aware of these technologies, you are aware of the skills, you're curious, and you're willing to explore. Learning is different because you can learn and it will just settle inside of you. But you've learned it. I know it. All right, use it to do something. Explore. Try them at work, to know this thing that I've learned, how does it really work practically? So this is, you have the awareness stage, you have the exploration stage. But is this next stage that I'm really, it is this stage that, how do I put it, that it is critical too. You have these skills, you learn them, you have started exploring them, and you now begin to creatively integrate them into the things you do at the workplace, personally, or even socially, to enhance your own brand. You know, like this PowerPoint thing now, you learn it. But along the way, I learned from one young girl, a young librarian, Osuigwe. I learned from her how to use the Canva app. I was using it to make posters, I was using it to make videos, until I now saw you can also use it for your presentation. And that's where I did all this thing on the Canva app. You find out that, you know, this is the level where you go beyond exploration to now integrate the skills that you've learned into what you do daily. For my workplace, Aflia, we hardly pay graphic artists because we do it on Canva. I show them how to do it, and we do it on Canva. And then there's an organization in South Africa. When they wanted to publish an article, and they reached out to me and they asked, can I make a contribution? I said, okay, what do you want me to do? They said, design these things for us. Look at the things that we are writing and design them for us so that we could have things that will go with the article. I mean, it was the first time for me to do it for other people and not just for my workplace. But I eventually did it. And it helped me to see that librarians can even develop skills that they can market or that can help them earn more when they learn and integrate them into the things they do. Not just to learn and say, okay, you said we should learn. I've learned to workshop, you say we should go. I went, I've done, no, that is all. No. Now go a step further, integrate into the things you do, because as you're doing it, you're opening doors onto yourself. It's not everything that one is permitted to say, but these skills that I learned, digital skills that I learned, because at a point I had to dabble into programming. I said, you're an old woman, you think you can do it better. It's just a little bit here, a little bit there, just a little bit, try this. And from there, there's an opening that is going to come to Aflia that we are working it out, and it's going to be like it's going to be a sponsorship, a grant that we wanted to do a specific subject. We wanted to do a specific project, and we applied for that. And they asked, how much do you think that you will need to do this? And I discussed with Aflia's accountant. I can say the amount now because that one has been overtaken. And the accountant said $270,000 US. Do the math in your head. And and we went back to the people. But in going back to the people, I went to learn how to create QR codes. You know, there were things that we did, and I now put them in places and created QR codes. And when they looked at it and went through it, everything, they now came back to us and asked for a meeting. And they said I should bring my EG. And we went into a meeting. And they said, see, Nkem, we do not want to sponsor you for a particular project again. We want to give you a general operating grant. Oh, you know what that means? That's a grant that will allow us to do everything we want to do. Well, let me keep that because that one is still in the cooler. It will soon come out. But what I'm saying is that, see, your skills can make a way for you, especially when you integrate them into the work, into the things you do ordinary. Whether it's the library that pays for you to go and learn, or you learn by yourself. I mean, put all these things, show off your skills, blow your trumpet by yourself, by that thing you do, making it better through the skill that you are acquiring. Don't go and get skills and hide them under your chair and say, it's not the library that paid for me now. Then you know that time they didn't, that their accommodation that they gave me, it was not even enough. No. when you do such things, the kind of doors that will open for you, oh no, let me stop there so that I won't say the things I'm not supposed to say. So after integration, this is the last step that I put here: expertise, innovation. You know, even if this takes me like how do I put it? Or even if it takes you 50 years to learn to be an expert in any field, that's okay. You learn. Librarians have blogs. Do you know how to just use WordPress to do blogs? Do you know how to use the Blogger, those apps to do blogs? And you're not doing it now for even your library. You're promoting yourself if you do that. And in promoting yourself, you find out that invariably you promote your library. So like at this stage, you have enough digital skills to use across a variety of technologies confidently, creatively, innovatively, being innovative enough to try new things. There was something I wanted to do today, but because of my internet, it has not been steady. I said, let us not use it. You see, there are things that people are doing. If you're doing a, presentation, try Mentimeter. Try so many things that people use. It won't bite you, even if you make a mistake initially, after you get it. But be creative, think innovatively. Think, how is it that we can reach our people more? Which kind of statistics can I churn out if I feed it, if I feed data into this app that will tell more stories about my library? How do I do it? So now, we now move on to, where do you fit in? And now I'm going to ask us, I remember we are learning together. We are learning together. And why do I say we are learning together? Because there are so many things that I hope to learn from us today. There are so many things I hope that we can share before our time is up here. So now, this is the first question. Where do you fit in? What are those skills that you possess that you think that will make your library a center of excellence? There's a wrong spelling here. Please forgive that. What digital skills do you have that will make you stand out as a librarian? Now there are so many openings globally that where you can get part-time jobs, remote jobs, and so on. They may not say they are looking for a librarian. They may not say that. But you're a librarian and you have these skills and you can apply. So what are those skills that you think that you have that will make you stand out? So that if you go for that kind of, let's say that there's that kind of opening, you can stand out and they say, yes, this is the person that we want. So we are going to get into questions now. Please bear with me. All right, so where do you fit in? Please, you're free to share your, to write yes or no to this slide. Just write it in the chat box too. Just write it in the chat box. Do you use digital technologies for your work? Please, you can tell us in the chat box. Is your work online or offline? Do you have internet connection in your library at all? Sometimes maybe you communicate online, sometimes you don't. So please just try the answers in the chat box. Okay. We have quite a lot of answers here. All right. Margaret says yes. Stephen says yes. Yeah, quite a lot of people say yes. Quite a lot of people say yes. My work is online, hybrid, all right. Yes, I do. Online tools. Yes, digital. Yeah. Okay. So from what I can see, most of us, we've gone past this stage. Almost all of us are past this stage. No one says all her work is done offline. But this, let me give another opportunity. Please, if your work is done offline, most times, let's say 99.5% of the time, please write offline in the chat box. Then, if you don't have internet connection in your library, say no internet connection. We are all here to learn. We're all here to learn. All right. Always online. Online. All right. Somebody says there's no internet connection in their office. Okay. All right. Okay. Some of my work is online, some is offline. There's an internet connection in my library. Great. So let us say that most of us here, we have internet connection online, and then the things we do, we also do most of them online. But however, there's a colleague that says there's no internet in their library. And for that colleague, you see that you need to learn more than others, because everything you're going to do there will be an innovation. You have the opportunity to shine more than others, because once you're done with this course that the National Library is taking you through, you find out that you can shine much, much more than others, because you'll be able to do stuff online and show people that, hey, I put a library online. Our library is now online. These are the things that I am showcasing our library online. And because there's no internet in the library, it will be an added thing for you to do that. All right, so this is the next set of questions. I know almost all of us use Facebook. You can say yes. But have you ever thought of this? How do you brand yourself as a librarian in social media platforms? Why am I bringing this up? You need digital skills for all of them. It's like a commonplace thing for many people that do it now. It's common. It doesn't, it's not I go there, I write. But for many people, they'll tell you, I do not know how to use X, formerly Twitter. What is it that they do there? How do they do it? How can I join? How can I do that? And sometimes it's not just librarians themselves, but our library users. Because it is when you know or when you have these skills that you can now lead others to also have the skills to know, how do I do this? So let me see what we replied in the chat. All right, it's mostly yes. This is good. This is wonderful. This is really, excellent. Yes. I can see yes. But what I'm going to do, that I'll later tell the National Librarian, I'm going to search for you online. I'm going to search for your footprints, digital footprints online, to see, do you promote yourself as a librarian? Or do you just promote your personal happy birthday? Oh, it's my birthday, happy birthday, this one. Oh, I went to Jos today. Oh, I went to England today. Where I went, How do you promote yourself as a librarian? Do you have the skills to talk about the things that are done in your library, to promote those things you do? Because when you're talking of library excellence, there's a little bit of it too that borders on advocacy. How do you showcase your library? How do you promote those things that you're doing there? Or you just promote yourself. Hey, this is me today. I'm wearing a fine dress. I'm wearing a purple shoe with purple. No. Because we need skills to do that. All right. Okay, so do you fit in here? I'm curious about digital skills and I explore a lot. I create content for online for others to consume. I can upload resources online. I know how to collaborate in creating digital content. I now integrate digital skills into the daily routines in my library. What do you answer? It's quite easy to say yes, 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 yes to all of them. LinkedIn, All right. All right, I'm trying. Oh, I love this. I love this. I'm trying yet. Yeah. I'm trying. Thank you, Librarian Moses. Thank you. Thank you for your answer. Thank you, Paul. Thank you, Odion. Yes, Prof. At the time on. Yeah. Oh, you dance too. You used Twitter, ITC. Thank you, Shade. Thank you, Margaret. So let me ask this last one. How do you integrate the digital skills you have into the daily routines in your library? Think about it just for 10 seconds. How do you have these skills? What do you use them to do in your library? The digital skills you have. What do you use them to do in your library? Please just share so that we'll know what it is that you use them to do. Glory, glad to see you here. Yeah. You're curious and you exploit them. Can you give us one example of what you do with them, Glory, please? We want to know. What are the things you do with the digital skills you have? Like I gave an example of how I use Canva. Then I gave another example of how I was able to create QR codes. I used it for a concept note, and the people that wanted to give us just $270,000 down said, no. That won't be enough for you. We want to give you a general operating grant, not even for 1 year, maybe from 2 or 3 years off. So let me see, what do you use your digital skills to see? Advocacy, information and digital literacy, communication with users. I like that. By designing Happy New Month flyer for everyone. Can I clap for you? I love that. Then to create awareness and promote library activities. All right, okay. Where is it? All right. I use my digital skills to catalog, classify, upload my student thesis into the institutional repository and e-resourcing training. Thank you very much, Margaret. Then to create, all right, okay. All right. Shade, you also use fact check technology. That's good. Oh, Sabine, you make videos of books on TikTok. Sabine, I may have a question for you. When you make videos of books on TikTok, how do you cope with the copyright issues? Because when a book is fully licensed, it's hard to do some things, with the book because it's fully licensed and you can't use it to do other things. You can't use it to do other things. All right, Prof. I use AI skills to teach, research, and develop my lesson plan, set my exam questions and answer them. Thank you for that, Prof. All right, and Stephen Ijoko, I use data analysis skills to analyze trends in users. Oh, that's wonderful. That is great. That is wonderful. That is great. Yes. Sabine, if you can answer us here, and let us know how is it that you make those videos of books on TikTok? Do you get permission from the authors, from the publishers in order to use their books or read them out through TikTok? It may be interesting to know how you do that, Sabine. All right, thank you for that. We are still talking of where do we fit in?
Can I speak, please?
Oh, Prof, sure you can, please.
I think Sabine left. But I'm not speaking for him, but it's a very wonderful innovation. If he will be doing a book summary or book review, something like that, he may do a book review and somebody may present the cover of the book or the picture of the book and do amateur video while somebody is doing the book review. That would be so wonderful. I don't think there is any law against it. Or is for this reading for children, maybe a chapter of the book and do a video of it. I don't think there is a law against it. It's a very wonderful innovation. I love that.
It is.
Thank you,
But
ma'am.
like, hello. All right. It's quite a wonderful innovation. But like I said, I'm always conscious of copyright issues. If they read openly licensed books, that's okay. If the review that is, because when you go into copyright law, you find out that most of them will inhibit you from doing stuff with their book through other platforms. There are quite copyright laws like that. While when you use openly licensed books, you can read the whole book online if you wish to. All right, so this is another question. There's one that I put here. You see, when we trained for librarianship, and when Ranganatha was alive, he was talking about book. Every book is user. You know, because then the container of knowledge, container of information was mostly, you know, the book. But now, there are audiobooks, podcasts, people do things online, on YouTube and so on. So I'm just wondering, is there any librarian here that has tried to curate those either podcasts or things done on YouTube on different subject areas, so that if a user comes in and, you know, there are books on the shelves, and we know that there are books on the shelves, because sometimes we do not even have those readers walking in. They all have their smartphones, and you can send them, okay, your interest is in this area, you're reading this course, here are podcasts, here are channels on YouTube that you can also access to learn more about this thing you're doing. Because
Can I speak?
Yes, you may, Prof.
Thank you very much. I think we are very low skills-wise, digital skills-wise, because I remember this podcast, we have explored it because what we wanted to do is actually to do book reviews. Foreign books, we want to divide the knowledge, like education, entrepreneur days, and we do podcasts, and we get books in those areas so that after doing the podcast, we couldn't post it. We didn't know what to do again with it. So our skill set shortchanged us, and you know, the chief executive is caged with so many things. So I think this issue of podcast, audio, some people are developing audio books. Maybe app will help them to develop at least open access books. But this podcast, if we can have training on that, that would be fine. I don't know whether this digital training is actually handling podcasts. It has multimedia, but I'm not sure it's doing podcasts. So, Aflia, you can help us on change.
Well, no, I know that I've done podcasts for Creative Commons. I've done for African Tech Radio and so on. But what I saw is that, you know, it's like they want you to dig out the knowledge that you have and share in those clips. It could be for 30 minutes, 45 minutes, but it will enable whoever that listens to know that this is the core area of this subject matter. And then also we'll now direct you to other sources. We'll talk about that some more, Prof, and see, because I don't know if the National Library can do it. All right. Then the thing that I wrote here, there are some lists that I put, I think, in the last slide. We'll soon get to the last slide. You know, what are the apps that we introduce to our readers that can help them collect and organize reading materials online? Why am I asking this question? When you go online, you find out that there are so many things you can get. There are so many books you can get. Novels. I read historical romances. I love them. I don't see them in physical libraries here in Nigeria, but I see them online. So I gather them and I try to put them in an app that so that anytime I need them, I can access them. And I think that this is the kind of thing that our librarians can also do, so that our young people, the Gen Z people, will know that libraries are not outdated, that there are librarians there that can help them, source out things online, gather them, and then organize for them that they'll have in their phones. Because almost every young person you see now has a phone. So where are we there? Are we there on the phone with them? Or we are sitting now in our libraries and waiting for them? They'll come. Let's be sincere about this. How many people now actually use the library to carry out their entire research without going online, without using resources online? So this is what I meant by this. I have some, I think I have some links that I'll share later. Then, of course, I know everybody can help people to gain access to free resources. And then I said, yes. Do we know the difference between free resources and open resources? Please, if you feel you know the difference between free resources and open resources, kindly unmute yourself and tell us the difference between free resources and open resources. Because that difference is critical as we gain digital skills. No, I didn't ask you, Prof. I didn't ask you, Prof. all professors here, Professor Anunobi, Professor HSN, I didn't ask you. I didn't ask you. I didn't ask you. Who knows the difference between free resources and open resources? Can anyone help?
Hello,
Yes.
Prof.
Yeah, okay, please go on.
Let me try. Okay, free resources means that the resources are totally free without any barrier. You can access them, use them as you like. You can also build on that. It's totally free. You can do whatever you like with them. But open resources, there might be little or no restriction. There might be conditions on how you can use those open resources. That's my...
All right. Thank you. Anybody else want to try? Thank you, Glory. Anybody else want to try? Anybody else want to try? But there's something that Glory said. She said that free resources are those ones you can use as you like. I do not agree with that. Free resources are those ones that you see online. You can download. You can download. You can there's no paywall. You can read them. You can quote them and acknowledge. You can do all those things, but you can't use them as you like, especially when you define that use as you like at in a broader term. What do I mean? Free resources, they can be PDF, they can be Word, there can be images, they are free. They are free for you to view. They are free for you to put in the things you're doing. They are free, but it stops there. Unlike open resources, with open resources, you can adapt open resources. What do I mean by adapt? If you see an open resource, you can decide to translate it into your local language, depending on the license, because they have different licenses. I won't go into it today. I won't go into the different licenses, but after I'll share a link I'll share a link of a comic book I created explaining licensing, open licensing. I'll find the link and share here. It's comic. I did everything with Canva, like Shade said. You can use AI to generate images on Canva. So I used everything on Canva. All the images were gotten from Canva. I made them there. But it helps to explain what open licensing is. And that is the difference here. These free resources, they are copyrighted. Open resources
That's what you have to tell them. They are copyrighted, but they are free.
Yeah, that they are free. But open resources, they have open licenses that can enable you to adapt, reuse. You can even, but all of them, they all have BY, especially the ones of Creative Commons. BY means that attribution. You must give attribution to whoever that wrote it. But after, like, if I can write a poem and decide to do it under CC by essay. CC means Creative Commons. BY means you must give me attribution. Then essay means you can share it, but you must share it alike. You must share it with the same type of license I made it with, so that others can also access it and use it and use. So and when you get that poem, you can decide to translate it into Hausa, Yoruba. You can decide to go on TikTok and read it. You can decide to make pictures and frame. You can decide to use it as part of your school or as part of your lesson notes. Acknowledging the person. That is all. And you can decide to change the format from written poem to a video or audio. So that's the difference between free resources and open resources. And it is important that we keep this in mind as we gain more and more digital skills, so that we don't fall foul of copyright provisions or issues, because authors, publishers are quite sensitive about this, so that you don't go and feel that, oh, they say that we should do online thing, I have the skills, so I said, let me go and share. And some people just sue you because of that. So that's why I needed to point that out. Then, of course, where do you fit in here? Can you run plagiarism tests? Can you create online libraries in open source platforms? Can you use MailChimp, etc. to communicate with library users? These are important because they are a part of what we do, and they are the things that will make our library centers of excellence. So that, let's say that you work in an academic library, you can help lecturers know, how do you run this Turnitin? How do you do this one? How do you run these tests? Libraries can teach lecturers. They can teach, because you may think that everybody knows, but not everybody knows. And it will help students to know that you can run, but we will catch you. Once you go and copy, once you go and do this one, we will catch you eventually, because we have people in the library that can help us to do that. Making the library a center of excellence is not just because you can send emails or you can do stuff online, but integrating the digital skills that you have into the services being provided. Then, how do you create online libraries in open source platforms? I know that AFIA has an online library on Storyweaver, storyweaver.org.in. If you can search for it. But okay, I can put it in the chat box. Meeting group chat. Which one is meeting group chat? Can I send this chat? Can I send this? How do I? Is as if all right. So I'll write it. later.
What would you like me to do, ma?
Do it there. Everybody will see it.
All right, okay. I just wanted to be sure.
Chat, yeah.
All right, so Aflia has a digital library on storyweaver.org.in. Yeah. So we have
it's open. It's open.
What is open?
The storyweaver.org.
Yes. Once you get in there, you type in Aflia. And when you type in Aflia, you see all the stories we have there. But all the stories there are in our local languages. I know that Glory Okago has helped us to translate some into Igbo. I think I have up to 23 or 22 books there. Quite a number of books are there. Stories in Kikuyi, Swahili, Afrikaans, and so on, because the site allows you to do that. It is an open source platform. So, and it's very easy. If you go there, it's as simple as ABC. But librarians, we need to know that we can go in there and do that. All right. So, are you the tech guru in your library? Congratulations. I'm happy. I'm happy for you. So now, I think I'm getting on to. I think I still have one. I'm getting on to the last slide. So now, can we go on to this link list? You see, why I just shared these few here, just these three, is that they help me. They summarize books like this link list. You know, you can see the books that have been turned into movies. You know, it will summarize books for you. And you know, there's something about librarianship. People expect us to know, even when we do not know. People expect us to know. So, you know, it's like an app that will help you to know what are those things that exist in this area. Then I have this on my, I have this R discovery on my, on one of my phones. When you go there, the phone is on here. When you go there, you find out that it will help you choose open access journal articles. It will tell you which ones are new. The ones they published today, it will tell you. It will now, let's say you now put in your particular research interest. It will always give you notifications. Oh, this person published. Maybe like academia and others. But this one is not, I don't know, is faster for me. Well, maybe because it uses AI. So that is the link. You can search it. Then this Audico is the one I talked about. I was using it until I didn't know that Audico Classic was almost gone. That this is now the one that it's like an e-reader. There are so many. There are so very many, and you can find out more in this link that I share here. I don't know if I can share. Let me see if I can share some of my. Let me see if I can share. I wanted to see if I could share some of those ones online, but that's if it's not. My internet is quite crazy. All right, so that's where I wish to stop, and I'm now ready for your questions. I'm now ready for our questions. Let me see if I can.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Ma, for that wonderful lecture, Ma. Okay, so she's ready to entertain our question. So this is how we are going to go about it. We are going to be using the chat session to avoid multiple people speaking at the same time. So we are still going to mute everyone. So kindly just use the chat session to drop your question. We are going to create them and send them over to her. Thank you.
So I just shared the so that it will be easier for us. I just shared the link for Blink List. You know, and look at the name, it says Blink, you know, just Blink List. So it does these summaries, it does these things, and it gives them to you. And why I love this is that, of course, there are some that you have to pay, but why I love this is that as a librarian, people expect you to I don't know what they think librarians are. You know, they want you that you should know this, you should know that, and they ask you silly questions, not silly, you know, questions that you know nothing about. But with this app, I don't know, but with this app, I find out that I can get a best eye view of so many things. So that if you want to talk about NATO, I am there. You want to talk about Hamas, I'm there. Anyone, you know, because it will just summarize and give to you. Now imagine you as a librarian, if you have lecturers or people that you know that need to read a lot or learn a lot, or people like journalists that use your library, you give them this kind of app and tell them this is how it is done. You can now go in and do it. And again, there's another thing too. There's another thing, because I've seen sometimes these apps, they ask for reviews. I look and I want to see names of people I know reviewing these apps, but I hardly ever see them. So it would be bad if librarians, we become a force. We become a veritable force in reviewing apps that pertains to knowledge, to books, to reading. So that, because people make apps to make money, you know. So if librarians can get into at least just review, you find out that at least when they want to create some things, they'll ask librarians, what do you think about this? Is this one okay or not? Thank you. So please, any questions?
Okay, while we await the question, I'm trying to look at a comment here that says, thank you for a wonderful presentation. I wish the material will be sent to our mail to digest. Okay, so we would work on that. Please just drop your email. We are going to drop a particular email here where you can send us a request for the training material, so we'll send it to your email. Thank you.
Sorry, coordinator. I hope this recording will be on our YouTube.
Yes, ma. Yes, ma. It will.
Okay, so you can also direct them to the YouTube where they can get them.
Yes, ma.
So do we have any questions?
I think the person that said something about TikTok video is back. If he's back, we would like to hear. It's a good
yeah, please.
That we want to.
Sabine, if the person can let us know how.
Is Sabine back? Yes, he's there. Sabine Akta is not a Nigerian. Sabine, are you there? Please unmute yourself and then speak to us. Am I not? Please, Sabine, we are waiting. Sabine, I think he's not a Nigerian. Sabine.
No, he's not.
So if he could enlighten us more on that, that would be very helpful. There is issue in speaking. Okay, so please,
I'm trying to unmute him so that he can speak.
Uh-huh. You say it's
Okay, you said that phone issue.
Yeah, I think it's a headphone thing. You know, because I want to know how can we do it? Because you see, TikTok is quite big. And it's just not that it's big. It even pays people for you to put content there. And this is an area that librarians can excel. We have so much content. We have so much things happening in between. That's in between the pages of books that people can adapt, you know, and put there and make cool cash. When I say cool cash, very cool cash. I know somebody that earns more than $50,000 every month from YouTube, though, putting content there. So we shouldn't be shy about platforms like that. That's just what I'm saying. So let's see if he's back. Sabine?
He's there, but said he has headphone issue. Well, yes. Me listening. Maybe his English is not very, I don't know. Please, Sabine, is it an Indian or? Yes, me listening. All right.
All right, Sabine is from Pakistan.
You said it's from Pakistan.
Yeah.
All right, that's great. Glad to have you here, Sabine. I know it may be difficult for you to speak, but we just wanted to know how you do it. I've only seen a librarian from Uganda. I've only seen a librarian from Uganda. Catherine Anya used TikTok to tell stories about libraries. And she does this so well with the background music and, you know, point up, point down and stuff like that. She does it very well. So it's something that we may want to explore some more. But again, the important thing is just be willing to learn. Be curious. Don't think that, oh, this one is for small librarians. You know, there are people that we think, oh, they're not as academic as us. Oh, no, they don't know as much as us. They can go. No. You'll be surprised how it will change your own personal life. You'll be surprised how it will change how people see your library. You'll be amazed at how it will recreate your brand as a library professional. Sometimes people will ask me, what is it that librarians do? Is it just not to put books on the shelves? We need to recreate the public perception of what librarians do. That perception about libraries, that view that we're not important. It's not these people. They're not the core people. You know, if it's doctors and so on, these people. No. We feel that it is for other people to do for us. With the digital skills that we are gaining, you can do that. As you let the people you serve know that you're tech savvy, that all these things that they feel that they do online, that you even know them more as a library professional, that you can recommend apps for them that will help them read more, be more productive, understand things more and stuff like that. Because when we studied librarianship, they'll tell you this selection principles, you know, books and so on and so on. But the times have changed so much. You can't now just say, is that how you do it before that I used to do it now? Online is now open, and you need these skills to now go online and begin to curate. The National Library can decide to say that they'll have an app for every month, and they'll share it. Oh, this is a reading app that we have for this month. We recommend this app, or we think that it will be useful because of this and this. These are the type of books that you see there, and this is how you can use the app. But in case you cannot, or you find it hard to do anything, walk into any of our branches and we'll help you to download the app and you know, tell you how to use it for this or that purpose. We can't shy away from all those things anymore because honestly, times have changed and continue to change. It's as if we've been trying to box ourselves into a corner. That corner is becoming too tight. We need to break out and use these skills to do these new things. I mean, people can talk about apps. People can, even, okay, there are blogs by librarians. I think I've just seen one or two by Nigerian librarians, but it's quite a lot from Africa. There's one man from Ethiopia, a librarian, is consistent. Any library can decide to have a list of these blogs so that anybody that wants to read up what libraries have been doing, you can say, go and read them. Of course, blogs, you can't use them for academic study, but you can use them for other purposes.
Knowledge.
So that, we can't get stuck in this just in one place. Like that Audico Next. Audico Next, from what I know now, it even allows libraries to have shelves within the app. So that if, let's say, the National Library of Nigeria or University of Abuja Library, that they want to have a shelf there, the app will host that for you. So these are possibilities everywhere that we need to look into as we increase our digital skills, so that we can have library excellence. If there are no more questions, can I rest my case?
I do have a question, ma.
All right, Aziz.
So yes, my question is on Wikipedia.
I didn't go there. I didn't go there intentionally.
You didn't go there. Oh, don't go there. Don't go there. If you have a personal question, you can ask. You can ask him.
It's not a personal question. It's because one of our modules for this webinar is Wikipedia editing and formatting. So, but I think our participant would like to know the motivation why Nigerian librarians should champion the course of editing on Wikipedia. Thank you, ma'am.
All right. Thank you very much. Now, how did we get into all this? I think, when was that conference, IFLA conference in Greece? The year before that, I think it was, I think it was in 2009, the conference in Greece. All I know is that, when was that? 2022?
2019 or there, I don't know, that kind.
All right, 2019, yes. So in 2019,
before COVID.
In 2019, 2019, I had seen people, writing online about what they've been doing with Wikipedia in their libraries. And I was like, hey, this one is a new one. So I went to the site. I created an account, but I stopped there because I had no idea of what to do next. I had no idea. So when we went for that conference in Greece, I saw that one of the posters was on how they used Wikipedia to bring out Black History Month or something like that. And the person that ran that display was Laurie Bridges. I remember her well. So I asked her, what's this? Can you tell me about it? She told me the little that she knew. Then she connected me with somebody that works in Wikimedia Foundation, Felix Nati from Ghana. And I met him up in Ghana on one of the one day that we had a meeting there. And I asked him, what is this? And in explaining it, I saw that libraries, it's as if Wikipedia, Wikimedia Foundation, in quotes, took over what libraries should be doing online. How do I mean? They've become the space where you go and, easy reference books. Okay, easy reference. Wikipedia is an online reference source. That is all it is. But in an online reference source, it gives you the opportunity to co-create, to tell the stories of your community, so that when others tell it, you know if it is true or not. But in doing it, they now use the things that we were taught in information literacy. In doing it, you must put in citations that are right, that are not blogs, that are not social media platforms, that are verifiable. Reliable. So, and this is what librarians do naturally, the information literacy thing. Now, Wikipedia has grown so large all over the world that for many people is the first place that they search for. And not just that, when you search for something online, the semantic web has made it that when you search for something online, the algorithms will first throw up what is in Wikipedia.
Yes.
Do you hear that? The semantic web has made it that whenever you search for something online, the search results, because the Wikipedia algorithms are made, the indexing is done in a way that once you search, spam is the first thing that you see. So we are saying that since libraries deal with references, since we are a place where libraries are a place where people come to get knowledge, come to access information, Wikipedia is doing this online. Librarians should be in the midst of that, helping people ensure that the information that they put there is correct, that the citations are right. And then when they put informations there with no citations, we go and search for citations to make sure that the information there is just not reliable, but that the citations there, that the information there is not just verifiable, but also reliable. So that is how we started. After I ran a training on it, the first one on Wikipedia, we ran a second one on Wikidata, and right now we are concluding plans to run a third training. But this third training, the only physical place it's going to take place is in National Library of Nigeria. Why?
Oh, hold it there.
Hang on. We want to create a semantic authority control file for the National Library of Nigeria using Wikibase. That is what we are trying to do now. Yes. So, and we are working in partnership with Wikimedia Foundation and another organization in Germany to ensure that we have because we have started doing the training materials and so on, to ensure that at the end of the day, National Library of Nigeria will be a signpost, will be a model that other libraries in Africa can use to now do great things, consigning authority control files semantically, so that when you now search for somebody like Chinwe, it will what will pop up will be what is in the National Library of Nigeria. The way they listed it is a technical thing, but will soon be in National Library of Nigeria to do it. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Please.
Any other questions?
Yes, I am not asking questions. I am trying to tell you what you didn't tell us. Though you started by telling us that all these you are telling us or you have come to know didn't come as a flash in the pan. It is your doggedness. It is a sleepless night. It is a consciousness, like you said when you started, but it's not in the slide. All these, how you, the motivation, the background, I said during my opening remarks that you didn't just get there by lazing about. I said you went extra mile. So, and you are still, in spite of our age, going extra mile. And you are not looking at the gratification now. But the gratification, of course, the gratification is there. So we thank you. I know I am not there to appreciate. It's not for me to do a vote of thanks. But that's an area you didn't touch. So that people should not sleep and they dream that they are in heaven when they are saying you have to work out your salvation. Thank you, my dear.
Thank you very much, Prof. You just said this now, and I remembered, you know, Starlink, when Starlink wanted to come to Africa and they said that they want to start in Nigeria, yeah. Honestly, it wasn't Africa. It was somebody that has met me online somewhere that said, Nkem, are you interested in this? And all I asked was, can you give me free subscription for 24 months for 5 libraries in Nigeria? You see, there are many things to be done out there. And it is actually your skills, like I said, and then your attitude, this curiosity thing, this willingness to explore is what will open doors for you. It will keep on opening doors for you. So thank you, Prof. Thank you, Prof. Any other thing as is?
No, ma. I believe if you have more questions, we'll create them and still pass them through so that we can provide them to just to ask the question. So it is undeniable experience to acknowledge the fact that today we have really learned a lot. No, we are now aware of the diverse opportunities that await us if we pay more attention to all these digital literacy competencies. So thank you so much, Ma, for this great exploration. We are so much happy and we feel fulfilled. I would also like to appreciate the National Librarian for our engagement, our commitment to this program. Thank you, Ma. We appreciate you. We appreciate all our participants also. We had a great time together today. So thank you so much. I would also like to mention that a mail has been sent to the chat box. Just send us a request so that we are going to send you the YouTube link to this session as well as the training material. So thank you so much. I don't know if the National Librarian will have one or two things to say before we take our leave. Thank you, Ma.
You're welcome.
Are you coming? Are you coming now? I just okay. So I don't have much to say. This is not a national. Just to tell our lecturer today that we appreciate you all over the world. You can see many we are not able to join, but this is a global training. We have people from Kenya, from Southern Africa, from Central Africa, all over the world, India. And often when we do this webinar, this is the second webinar, not all of them try to participate, but I know that those who are involved in the training, they're having good time. And my conviction is that by the time they finish this training, it will make a difference in their life. It is not about the little they would have learned now, but the change in attitude, the desire to search, because it's only by searching, just like you have told me. So we thank you. I know you are a very busy person. In spite of your busy schedule, both the one caused by the work, the kind of work you do, and your quest for knowledge, continuous quest for knowledge, you made time to do this for us. And we are making time to do good to the National Library, where I am championing now. And we are promising you that any opportunity you give us, we will not disappoint you. We'll continue to, as far as I am championing the National Library. Thank you very much, our lecturer. And as
thank you so much, Ma. Thank you. have to take our leave now. God bless everyone. You are